the early 1900s, a young Jewish girl was studying in university in St. Petersburg. She had an elderly grandfather who lived in a small village in Poland, and one day she decided to make the journey to go to visit him. She got on the train, and she saw that very quickly the large buildings of St. Petersburg faded away behind her, and there was just simple one-story houses. As the train continued the countryside around her, the villages and the towns became simpler and simpler, until she had to complete the journey on a horse and cart in a simple mud track. She arrived at the village, and there was pitch black. There was no electricity and no streetlights, but from one of the windows she saw a small candle burning. She went up to the window, and she saw by the light of the candle her grandfather sitting there. Years later, after making Aliyah to Israel, she related this story to Rabbi Pinchas, because her grandfather was none other than Rabbi Yisrael Meir HaKohen, the saintly Chofetz Chaim leader of the generation of Jewish people in those times. After exchanging brief greetings, she said, "Zayda, grandfather, tell me, you're so clever and so wise. Why didn't you come to the university? You can study there, it's much more comfortable. There's electricity and large buildings. And the scientific knowledge, what we know about the world, is so advanced. Why are you still here learning your books, your sefarim, by the light of the candle?" The Chofetz Chaim smiled, looked at her lovingly, and he said to her, in the university they learn about the world, but here in Radin we learn how to build people. In this week's parasha, the Torah describes Joshua, the successor to Moshe Rabbeinu, Ish asher ruach bo, a man in whom there is spirit. Says the Alter of Nevada, all of us are made up of a body and spirit, a soul. The body is what craves all the physicality in this world and our natural desires and urges. But our spirit, our soul, is what desires and wants us to be closer to our Creator and to seek out our purpose and meaning that we can find in the world. Joshua, and the greatest accolade, was that he was a person who was led by his spirit, by his spirituality. When we listen to the Torah and the mitzvot, then we build ourselves as people. We become people who are led by our spirit. Wishing you a happy, healthy, and peaceful Shabbos.